Alright, YouTube, we're back. My name is B-Lutz, and today we're going to be discussing the Western Conference, NBA Western Conference outlook for the rest of the season, talking about the races for the seeding, where it's tightening up, who's going to probably finish where, and much more. Thank y'all for watching, and let's get right into it. This is now post All-Star break, so we have about under 30 games left, between 25 to 30 games for all teams. And we're starting to get into the meat of the season. This is the final 2 months. 2.5 months. Looking now, kind of in the West, it's gonna look right now. It's Thunder and Spurs racing for the 1 seed, with the Thunder having a 3-game lead over the Spurs, and the Spurs have about another 3 games over the Nuggets. So it's kind of run down into them two for the 1 seed. It's starting to get really close. I'll say I'm a Spurs fan. I had recorded this video, and I have my Spurs hat on. Put my Spurs hat on again. I'd recorded this video, and then I don't know, it got kind of messed up, and so I had to re-record this. But I wanted to talk about where the Thunder kind of looking like they're gonna head for the rest of the season, what the rotation might end up looking like down the stretch of the year, because I know there's a bunch of injuries going on, including the MVP front runner. Chet's kind of holding down the fort, which is odd for the OKC. That of all people, Chet's the one that's healthy, but I mean, they're missing anyone from Dort to Hartenstein to Shea to Williams to both Williams to. That's gonna be the biggest question for them, is if they get to play the season healthy, like literally ever. They've never truly been healthy this year, and that's kind of hindered their record. It shouldn't be as close as it is, but the Spurs have hung in there. We fought tough. They fought tough. And I think that overall, it'll be getting healthy, and then when they are theoretically healthy, if they can support Shea enough, SGA enough, because this year especially has been a lot of him, mostly him, and everyone else has just not been that good this year. So they're gonna need better. J-Dub's dropped 40 in the finals. Where's that been? Chet, your third option, you step up a little bit. It's like a worse Chris Bosh, but it's kind of what we're thinking with OKC. Hopefully they let some of the young guys get minutes while they get healthy, like McCain. Be real fun to watch, to actually get to play. I guess Isaiah Joe's not young. Whereas AJ Mitchell's missed a lot of time. He's another young guy. Love to see get minutes. And then hoping for the best for Topic. If you don't know, he got drafted towards ACL. Got healthy and then got cancer. Beat cancer, and he's finally playing again. So we're rooting for him. Kind of moving on to the Spurs now, where they're at. This is the team I support, so I watch them a lot, and kind of said it from the start. Any first round series played in San Antonio, I think that's a win for the Spurs. A lot of times, young teams are just happy to have a playoff series, and we haven't gone a playoff series with this core, with this group. But basically, anyone on the team hasn't played a playoff series for the Spurs, so it'll be nice to finally get that. It's been way too long. I still think the 1 seed's in the play. I don't necessarily think we're gonna get the 1 seed. I think we could, but I think Oklahoma City as of right now will hold on. But 2 months to chase them down. We've been chasing them all season. Hoping for the best, man. Hoping for the best. We got to play better offense down the stretch. We're actually 7th in both offense of points per game and defense points per game, like opponent points per game and our points per game, I guess. So we're both top 10 in both. We should be contender. We hit 40 wins by 20 losses. Jackson will consider us a contender. I still think if things go our way, we could. I just don't think we're anywhere near the favorites. I think we'd probably be like 4th or 5th in the favorites. So I'd love to see us get the 1 seed. Everything this year that happens basically here on out is over success. I thought we should have just been one of the top 6 teams in the West, but being one of the top 2, potentially the number 1 seed in the West, is an overachieved. It's been a great year for them. Hoping Wemby plays, gets the deploy. Hoping we see more Carter Bryant minutes, but I think Mitch will start to tighten the restriction as we get deeper and deeper into the season, or restriction rotation. So we get deeper and deeper into the season. Kind of same with Oklahoma City, same with everyone. But yeah, it's kind of turning into a 2-man fight up front. We'll be excited. We'll keep updated on where everyone's kind of finishing and on whatnot. Yeah, and kind of moving on to Denver now. I still think Denver's the team to beat. I've said this, it's Denver's year, sadly. kind of looking into where they are strong. I think besides maybe an OKC healthy OKC team, they're the deepest team in the West by far. Maybe one of the maybe the deepest team in the league. And obviously have the best player. They got an all-star in Jamal. They don't even have Aaron Gordon and Peyton Watson right now, or at least they didn't pre All-Star break. And I still with Strawweather, Brown, Cameron Johnson. Is it not? No, it's not Najee. Who? Oh, Bruce Brown's on their bench now. I think it's Hardaway, someone like that. Else, it's just a deep team. Still think they're the team to beat. They're fighting the Rockets right now for the 3 seed, but they have a 1-game lead, so they have a kind of advantage going in. I expect them to be the 3 seed. I hope they don't catch. They totally could catch the Spurs and Thunder still. So hopefully that happens because it'll be wild if that does. Yeah, watch out for Denver. I think Denver matches up well against everyone but the Spurs. But the Spurs, they have way more experience than the Spurs, so it'll be interesting. The Rockets. The Rockets are kind of the first prediction of the video. I think they slide. The Lakers, the Timberwolves, and the Suns are still on their butt. The Suns are a little bit further back, but those teams are on their butt, and I expect Minnesota to make a little run for a higher seed to like the 4th seed late in the year. They're totally the team that could do that. Minnesota is still playing good basketball. They're still like 12, 13 games above 500. It's just really competitive, really tight West. There ain't much more. I think we've talked about the Rockets recently, but the no true point guard on this team is going to kill them. Has killed them. Durant's still putting up heavy numbers. I feel like Durant's carrying the team, but he's also killing the team with all this Twitter fingers and the burners and getting leaked and all that. So otherwise, Tari's really good. Reed's better than I thought he would be, but at this point, I thought Reed was a little bit worse than he is. And when he played the Spurs, he torched us. Torches us every time. So Reed's another player to watch out for. Tari Eason as well. I agree. Jabari's a lost cause. Sengun's, So we'll see how long the Rockets are actually good for. But I was saying this in the first record. I don't think the Rockets are true contenders. I think they're one of the better teams in the West, but I don't see them being contenders. Moving on to LA and Minnesota, we're going to kind of keep both these sweet. I think Minnesota is going to climb in the rankings. I think between Ant Randall and Dante and Rudy, and they don't have Mike Conley. Wait, did they get Mike Conley? They might have got Mike Conley back. I think, point guard play is going to be probably another thing for this team. They have the defense. They have the lead scorer. Minnesota's really built for the playoffs, so I'll be excited to see them coming. But in 2 months, they have 2 months to gain, 3 games, not even, on the 4 seeds. So, yeah. Another thing for the Lakers, I hope they get healthy. I hope LeBron stays healthy. We've talked about the Lakers on this. Personally, I don't think they're contenders. I think they're a great team. One of the top 6 teams in the West, but they ain't on the level of these other teams. Luka's incredible. That's basically all Lakers are worth doing. LeBron's still lit at 41, if it's juicing or not. Lakers I don't really enjoy watching the Lakers this year. They're not really that deep. There's not really that many good NBA players on their team, and they're just very top heavy. Moving on to Minnesota, kind of circling back to Minnesota, because I wanted to say one. Minnesota's definitely. Don't be surprised if Minnesota climbs up the rankings. I don't think Ant's gonna let them slide out of the playoffs into the play-in. And that's just kind of leads into what I want to say. I think Phoenix stays in the play-in. I think they remain the 7th seed. That's not good for the Spurs. Spurs actually play them tomorrow. And that is not good for us because... Hold on one second. We haven't beat them this year. We do not match up well against the Suns. I think they're quick, and they're kind of a lengthier... And they always shoot well against us, and D. Brooks always causes a problem for us, and Devin Booker's hard to stop, so that might end up being the first round for us, so we'll see. The Spurs are up for that task. I don't actually think the Spurs match up well against any of the play-in teams. I think the Thunder are fine, but I think Golden State beat us twice in San Antonio. We haven't beat Phoenix this year. Don't want to see Kawhi in a 1-game setting, and I don't see Portland making the playoffs. Portland's going to be really good in the next few years. Portland's the team to watch for young talent in the West, since Utah wants to shut out all their guys. that's not like true playoff team. So obviously like it's more fun top end teams. But for a 500 team, Portland's really fun to watch. I would highly suggest tuning into them. They got a nice core going. They're just not waiting, but once Dame gets back, Scoot gets time to actually develop. Drew Holiday, they'll have guards. They just haven't had a point guard all season. But Portland's really fun to watch. If you can ever tune into them. I expect the Clippers to keep rising the rankings. Kind of looking into their outlook. Weird spot for the Clippers now. Hopefully Garland's back, or I guess makes his appearance soon. Otherwise, yeah, they're not too much worse than they were. Kind of at the same spot, but hopefully Kawhi goes beast mode. So it'd be fun to see them in the playoffs. Otherwise, let me know what you guys think about the West outlook. The rest of the teams that weren't stated are tanking at this point in the year. We were going to make a tanking video, but I want to get, actually put it together. So give me a few on that. Give me a bit on that. I'll have an Eastern Conference video probably out tomorrow as well. I'll look in the East. The East is just not as exciting as the West. But let me know what you think about the standing predictions, where you think teams are going to fall to, rise to, and who do you think gets the number one pick, or who finishes worst? Is it going to be the Kings? I think so. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. My name is Belitz. If you could hit the like and subscribe, I'd enjoy.